Good morning. We're still waiting for a few. Jerry. Okay, you guys are? Okay, very good morning, everybody. Good to see you guys again. It's a very early morning. I hope you have your breakfast and coffee. Because today is going to be a session where it's very technical. We have our instructor here, Patrick. Patrick will guide us on runway ML as well as other AI tools that he will cover. Most importantly, at the end of the sessions, he will also cover the legalities and what, as a responsible user for AI, what should we be aware of. So without further ado, I will pass this mic over to Patrick. Patrick can introduce yourself, and over to you, Patrick.
Good morning. Yes, I like to shout, but probably you can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know, okay? And if I go too fast or you want to repeat and see something else later, please stop me at 10 So, let's get to it. So today, I'll introduce myself. Let's go through the slides here. So, I'm a visual effects artist. These are the films that I worked on. The most proud that there are some China films as well. Before I started my career, I was in South DMI for 6 years. So up the mountain. So yeah, it's a visit to the past for me. Thank you. So I am also a composer. I co-wrote the Southie song, the school song. I think they still play like once a year or something. I wrote the music for them. So these are. So that's me. So for 36 years, doing TV commercials, TV animation, films, and I got 2 years in 20 Cents Media School. If you're familiar with that, kind of crash course, pump the student really hard. In 1 year instead of 3 years poly, and then we a lot of them go on to industry to become somebody, okay, to fulfill their dreams, and we were kind of internationally ranked at top 12 or something. Okay, then I tried to move games artist after that, 1.5 years, and then this one is unofficial because there are no generative artists in Singapore in any big capacity right now. So so today what I'll be sharing with you is my experience from trial and error. Okay, so and what's not written here before. For the last 4 months, I was a software engineer. So So because I'm probably not technically inclined, when they somehow managed to hire me, but it wasn't a good fit. But then I learned a lot. So I'm going to kind of it will help me in whatever I'm doing. So and I'm also a composer. So right. So look me up. I will share this slide with you at the end of the day. So don't be stressed into I need to take notes. So I think even if I don't stand here today, you guys by looking through the slides should be able to tell what's going on. Okay. So just an informal question. Are you guys all colleagues?
Yes.
So you know all.
I don't know that.
Okay. And I also understand that you guys have broken into groups and done projects. Very good. So okay. How many of you are career changers? Were in some other industries before? Actually, I don't know what industry you guys are. Are you educated?
Yeah, we are focused. So website.
Sorry?
We do programs for that.
Okay. And SDC?
Yes.
Yes.
SDC, they give you employers.
Yeah. So whatever's happening out there is a business as usual, is it? Okay. I thought you had a big event with it. Are you all technophobic? like new stuff, like new stuff again. I have to learn again, like that kind of mentality. It's getting to me actually, and you know the new things are coming out so fast. I'm curious. So what I'm trying to impress upon you today is the principles that don't change. Okay, so yeah, whatever we're doing today, in a nutshell, are websites, and you submit something, it comes back something to you, and that's it. So websites, we're all familiar with it. So hopefully that's not as intimidating as anything else. I wonder if you guys are like kind of a bigger group than I expected, so I was wondering whether you kind of intro. Since you all know each other, does somebody want to give me a collective like introduction? Okay, I realized that you guys are just working there, so okay, if I need to know some background, please, I don't know.
They come to me.
Okay, that's cool. Very good. Okay, so outline. So a few features of my presentation that I will introduce to you. You will always find very distracting pictures here, which are generated by AI. So, how many of you have generated images with AI before?
Now,
Well, okay, so you kind of know how it works, right? So like that's half of the that's half of my presentation gone. So you will see this, and you will see the cheat sheet, the prompt that generated the image. So you can go and key and try this, or you will. Yes, that's a good observation. That's so, and it's so long. I used to just start with one line, and then it gives me something. It's a hit on this, and then so the crux of this, the meat of this presentation is to make it more predictable and guidable and obedient to whatever randomness is going on. So, and I try to show as many different art styles as possible so you know what's possible. And the good thing is the internet is probably also, for those portals and websites that have galleries, a lot of times when you click on the picture, it shows you the prompt. So you can actually copy, and you have a wealth of library to draw from. So that's that. Okay, please feel free to indulge yourself, and you don't listen to me, also never mind. When it's important, I'll tell you that, yeah, the big picture, the big idea. So what we're going to go through today, right? I know you're looking out for breaks, so I changed different colors. So, right, so an hour, an hour, and an hour. So the most heavy one will be hands-on, trying on, and then for the next hour, we will go through tips and tricks, things to avoid and things to work smart. And then before lunch, we will tell you the requirement of the project, and then you will toil through, and then for probably a good 40 minutes or something, and then we'll come up with a short video. So with editing and just simple edit first to review how we're going to do, and then project, and then we will look through our presentation of our project, and then end. So I'll end off with some kind of warning and safety, so that we all use this technology safely. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Yes. So AI has been with us since Siri and Alexa, right? And since 2011, it just gets smarter at everything. So you'll hear about machine learning. So that's the core technology that drives AI to be seemingly intelligent. And then this is the customary. You must say what is generative here. It's very, very hard to quantify. And then so what's going on in AI is models. So there are a few keywords I'm throwing out, but later, the next slide, I'll have glossaries. So models is the brain. So after we train, the model knows things. So the knowledge is stored in a model. And then when we use them, inside the models are concepts. It's an interesting story. So like sadness or happiness, if you're feeding in images, and then you label it, these are kind of sad people, these are happy people, and these are. So it kind of draws its own conclusion. So inside, there's no label and no space. It's a concept. It's a kind of floating ideas. So then, after it's done, you train it, it knows. So then, when you're using it, that's the finished training, you package it, and then the user asks it questions. So then, when it receives questions, it receives ideas and say that, or you say a sad girl smiling. So then it goes into its knowledge and search for in the neighborhood of sad, and then happy something, the neighborhood of happy, and it tries to join them in coherent ways. So I ask AI, and AI always corrects me. It is not a lookup. It is not a lookup of pre-prepared answers, but a synthesis and synthesizing of what it already knows, what you train it. So if you don't train it on Angular, it will not know to draw from what is the characteristic of angry images, for example. Right? So it's exactly the same thing with text prompts, ChatGPT, Cloud, and DeepSeek. Okay, so that's me paraphrasing whatever I'm saying. So this one, I'm sure Studio Ghibli, right? It's the crazy fad these days. Being an artist, I'm being displaced out of my job. With AI art, when people say it looks so real, it's amazing, right? I now find no pride in it. Being a CG artist and a VFX artist, I can control every pixel. Right now, I give the computer and say, give me a realistic man smiling. Then people say, whoa, it's a photo. I find no pride in it because I didn't take part in making the realism. It is now the idea behind it, smiling while holding a pen, for example. So that's the idea. I gave it the idea, it gave me a photo, amazing, but it's not me. Okay, so that's how I'm treating it right now. Okay, next. This one, this slide will come back again. This one is the non-threatening slide. Later on, there are more skills to be had. So remember this slide and remember this old man with the stick. And then later on, it becomes a young man with another thing for sticks. Okay, so what you need to do, right, is able to put your thoughts into words. And the next is to know about some terms because you're using words to describe, right? Is it a close-up shot? I'm sure you have gotten some of these terms, like kind of, influenced because of Zihao, right, when you go through the story. Well, so that's good. Writing style, and then you also need to know some art styles, like Studio Ghibli, right? Or anime, illustration, line work, artwork, or retro 80s, airbrush, those kind of things. Okay, so need to kind of do some research if you were to be asked to generate those. Creative vision, like we said, your creativity, what you want to envision in your head, you need to be able to tell it out in words. And then, for those of you who have tried, the patience to, you don't get it the first time, should you keep generating with the same prompt? And then see, sometimes it's like that. I feel that I cannot make it any better anymore. Let's see 2 or 3 more. And then, okay, so that's it. Now, these are the terms that will be frequently used. Right? So training is preparing the model, right? And then models, once they're done, they're packaged. They're called large language models, LLMs. You will hear that quite often. Prompting is the action that we give it a sentence as a cue to nudge it towards the result that we want. Right? Inference, not frequently used and heard because that's the process of you ask it, it goes away and think, and then it plucks the possible ideas from the near space in that floating knowledge, right? And then it generates. So it takes like, okay, I got this, let's form a coherent output. Okay, that's it. And hallucination, right, is when it's wrong, but it confidently shows it to you. Okay, like 3 hands, 5 fingers, or something like that. 5 fingers is correct, actually. So this image, right, is anime. So line works, and then take note of. I don't know whether you can read that. Hello. Hi. It's okay. Enjoy yourself. All right. Don't worry. Okay. So once you have the keyword anime inside, right, it will probably generate something like that for you. So yeah. So a little bit, don't be scared. So just how I said, right, you train the thing and then you package it. So this is the brain. Okay. So train. What do they take? They take pictures from maybe like ChatGPT, right? So this is text based. So it takes text from websites, articles, right, books, science research papers or something, and then they clean up. So here is where the argument sometimes it just scrape the web and crawl the web and without permission, right? So that's the ego thing. So whatever you feed it, right, you train it, and then it now kind of compartmentalize things in that space, and then now it knows. Once it knows, that's the inference. So you see the red arrow. This is how we are interfacing with the thing. So all the things are done for us. We ask a question, it goes inside and look out, and then this guy generates. This infers, find the nearest ideas, and then it generates, gives you a response. And then this thing is like ChatGPT. You say, I thought just now I told you I was a teacher. How come you forget? Okay, so there is a limited chat history Right now they cannot handle too long. Like for example, I also have a kid. The kid is in primary school. So how I help my kid in primary school homework. So it knows like, oh, since it's primary school, let me look up for like syllabus and all that for primary school. Limited. Okay, so something like that. Next, we are going for. So you see this yellow area. That's the area that it's been exposed to us. Okay, and for images, you see that it's very similar. So we feed it with images from websites and all that. We train it. It knows, and then this is even more. This is even more straightforward. There is no history accumulation, so every prompt is a new prompt. Later on, I'll tell you something very exciting where they combine these two. So then, a prompt is like you fire off and then either you get it or you don't. But there are two portals, two of the websites that we are going to go through today. You can engage it in a chat-like thing. So you update an image, then you say, or you ask it to generate. Some cannot take uploaded images. So generate a bill at a party, and then it gives you a picture, and then you say, can she have a hat? And it can add on and modify that picture. So it's called multimodal, multi-modes. So the text is a mode, images is a mode. Right now they are kind of doing separately, which most of the products are, but multimodal will use the text and kind of look at the image and prompt it and make. So you have a iteratively refine the image to something hopefully that you want. Okay? Any questions? Should be quite simple, right? Okay. So this is Make Space, the gallery page. So every picture that you click on will give you a prompt most of the time. And then you can learn from, you can see a whole varied different kind of styles in there. Do you realize that those are like the subject of women are very frequently used? Because women are beautiful, right? Yeah, then girls are just appearing more than guys for some reason. Okay? So,
That's right.
there are some video examples. Okay, instead of showing you this video example, I'll show you a video clip that I've edited, taking nice pictures and images from the web, and so that we can edited the music. Ooh, what's that sound? Actually, I'm supposed to show the video, the first one, before the first slide, but I forgot. Okay, how come there's no sound? Done?
I haven't missed a report, but you check.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Maybe I'll just use my notes. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that.
There's a catch on video. You like?
Stop motion on VHS. Yay! Can. Let's check it on. Okay, so I'm going to step away from this one for a while, and I'm going to show you WhatsApp web. Okay, so for those of you who have WhatsApp, like I said before, I'm signed into my WhatsApp. Please respect my personal information. Okay, so for a while.
I want to see. It's okay, explain.
So for a while now, right? You've seen this thing, right? So that's Meta. So every product now. Who of you here use Swift keys? Microsoft Swift keys. It's really good. So inside Swift keys, you can expand up to a notepad, and then you can AI because the keyboard gives you an AI. Then the chat gives you an AI. Then maybe Android also gives you an AI. So many levels. Okay, so I want you, if you have your phone with you, or you're you can chat with your phone. I'm sure you know through the Meta AI, right? And you can generate images right in Meta AI. If you didn't know about it, I just found out. So I'm excited. I'm looking for like shocking gasps. Okay, so what I want you to do now as an exercise is tell it I am right attending AI workshop. Okay, today you guys can see, right? Yeah, you can generate images. So
Is this the
yes, he knows. So if you're not logged on to your phone, it's okay. Meta AI, if you have, I think I pre-opened it for you. So you can do it here. It's just that the phone is just feels different, right? And why I'm logged in to WhatsApp so that I can download my images, right click and save. Okay? So with web, with your phone, then it's trapped inside here, the email yourself or something. So yeah, so take some time. So I'm going to interact with the AI. I think an AI workshop, and I hope that you guys can follow along. Okay? So sounds exciting. So this one is Kin Hong's partner. Also, I've been chatting with him. Bro, are you here yet? Okay, so so what topics? So now, the keyword is imagine. Right? Imagine you know your friend sitting beside you, right? I'm in a classroom. My friend beside me is a lady. She's skinny and beautiful. So ask the AI to generate. Look at your partner, right? Generate somebody like this or somebody around you. Okay? Last.
Oh, just see the
Can I say
So-
I see you beautiful at the same time?
That's right.
I'm just trying to
Yeah, let's make it.
I'm really bad. We try. It's called being cute. Okay.
Now we can start.
Okay.
Sitting
Beside.
beside me is beautiful.
And ugly.
Beautiful. I want to be honest about this.
Yes, smile.
A beautiful
That's it.
young,
Wait.
bespectacled.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Everything the opposite of this.
Okay, you might. How many of you encountered this?
Okay, wait.
I can't generate.
Bespectacled.
That's because that's because I put me. You're right. So and besides me, so it tries to generate 2% instead of 1, maybe. So it tries to pull you into. I thought about it yesterday. How come it? Okay, so let's rephrase. So that's part of the refining skills, right? To reason why it was like that. So I'm just using I so that you guys feel relatable. So, right? Okay. So in the classroom, the person, okay, the person. So I'll rephrase. A handsome young man is sitting at the desk. Okay.
A beautiful
Okay.
young bespectacled
That is
lady.
smiling and is sitting at the
Let's go with
desk.
lady.
Okay. Managed to get
A wooden
any kind of generation? And
Wow,
Okay.
smiling.
so she is not
Full.
Asian. So we refine our prompt. Okay, so this is sorry.
Asian.
So this is one of the time where I think you can do a conversational. So instead of I can throw it back the entire thing again, right? And you generate a new one for me. But I'm gonna try and say,
More into generate images.
okay, make him Asian. Let's try.
Oh, I guess quite accurate there. But it says
The-
log in
The more descriptive you are, probably you get the closer you get to whatever you want. Okay. Show.
Oh my god, it's
Anybody
true.
has pictures?
Oh,
Wow. That's uncanny.
Yeah.
You took a picture of her. Wow. So your description must have amazing. Okay. So in a lot of platforms, when you try make him Asian, it thinks that you are starting a new topic. It doesn't know. It doesn't understand that the picture is just generated. It just gives you and then it forgets about it. Okay. So this one is a multimodal. Try make him Asian.
My heart is you.
She's smiling at her phone.
So it's amazing. It understood.
Because I've seen Malay lady.
It understood what it generated, right? I said make him Asian. It, kind of the guy with a type. So a lot of things are the same. But I realized that generative AI cannot make everything the same. Every generation kind of is a new thing. It kind of regenerates. So there will be some stuff that are
Ikut bapak, right?
That's it. It's pretty close. Congratulations, those of you that get it correct. Your friends are
It's not
stereotypical
Boyan like
because it's taking it right. It kind of matches. Like, if your friend has kind of pink hair or kind of like sticking out like that, it's not going to get it right. So your friend falls within the good percentile of people that appears normal. Right? Okay.
Yes, it's
Guys, now, okay. After you're happy with this, okay. I don't know how to improve this. Like, maybe it's a high tech with computers. If you want to change the setting, probably you can try, right? So the classroom
you
is,
use as your DP.
has computers.
But every image is different. It's like Indonesian.
Okay. So now we're just trying to change the setting. Classroom with laptop at the desk, for example. So realize that I'm not asking it to imagine anymore. So in the beginning, I said imagine, right? But I can also say, please make me a picture or something. So this one looks like a new generation, like right, it regenerated everything, so it forgot about the. Sometimes this image of the man persists. I say now make me a girl at the park. It will make a girl seated at the same desk. That means it doesn't want to forget. So in that case, please tell it to please restart. Okay. Okay.
How do you force it to remember that? You can't.
Yeah. I think this one broke it. The classroom at the project is. I'm not saying like please improve the classroom and change the background or something.
Right.
So yeah. So to get this back, probably I'll give it the same prompt again. then I'll change it to a handsome Asian young man to skip this step.
Well, again, it'll be different.
Yes, again it will be. Okay, there are techniques that you can take any photo or any of the previously generated one and use it as a guide image, as an input together with the text prompt. So when you prompt this, the text cannot be omitted. So there will always be text. Even if I want a video with a guide image, there will always be a text prompt that describes the skill.
We can't input images right here.
Can. Here cannot.
Not here.
Yeah, I tried sending pictures in, and then yeah, I think some can.
GPT-10.
Yes, it's multimodal. Yeah, GPT. And GPT is also like that. Conversational refinement.
I did the actual figure.
Okay.
He thinks that it's gonna happen.
Okay. So the next thing I want you guys to do is to save your images. We are going to use Runway to move their lips.
I think I only did one because I think mine is pretty accurate.
So say because I'm on web, so
The actual figure.
To see. You.
Ruby mentioned.
So funny. It's like in the. It's getting a cardboard thing, right?
so file naming. How many of you here, your desktop all full of icons?
Yes.
Your Windows desktop at work are full of icons. No empty spaces. I know people like that. Okay, so if you keep generating images like that, it will be worse. The images are not descriptive. Okay, so my image is like that, right? Strange text. So what I suggest later on, it will be part of the best practices, right? What I suggest is put a 01, okay, like that. Okay, and I used to not work like that. I just keep saving. Then you can use the last modified date to chronologically, because you're kind of generating. So that's how you kind of make sense. Which one earlier? Usually you take the later ones because you'll be more satisfied with the later ones, right? Okay, so I'm going to just say I've created a new folder for myself, right? AI shop, and I will save this. Okay, then I'll say like man underscore. Okay. So for those of you are still saving, please continue and let me know if you are behind. So we go to Runway in your Chrome, right? I will tell you, Runway is the most expensive thing. It's like professional video. Every operation you do has credits. Okay, so what I want you to generating an image from an image is about 5 credits. When we sign on, it's like 2,000 or 1,000, depends on your plan. So what I want you to do is you go to manage your plan, okay, to see how much you have to start with. Okay.
It should be all fresh. You can just generate as much as you can for today.
Yes. So in fact, we encourage you to finish them. Are you using them for anything else?
No, use it. Feel free.
Okay. So in context, you can generate in 5 seconds or 10-second videos. 5-second videos is about 25 credits. Yeah, right? Until that's okay until you keep taking it. Okay, so yeah. So it can get addictive very fast. So
The credits should depend on the video.
and okay, so let me roughly introduce you to Runway. Okay. The good thing about this is that it remembers your generations. Like a lot of portals will remember your generation. So under session or anything that you give it, like or use this image to guide, it will go into like assets, and then you can reuse them next time. Okay. So if you're here already, please go to all tools. So on the sidebar on the left, all tools. These are the things that you can do. Okay, so you can, what I want you to do now is to generate audio. Okay, so we're gonna make our person speak. Right, move the lips, so called. Okay, so you give it, right, it says start typing. Okay, sorry, so there are three modes. This one is just generate speech. The other one is generate stylize the speech. Hold on, lip sync, video, or image. Okay, so this one is, I think you speak it and then it changes your voice into another person's voice. Yeah, that's one, like Donald Trump. Yeah, okay, so lip sync, right? Video or image.
That one you come under the legal side.
Nobody's recording this. Okay, so we go into I'm going to pull this guy into right and drop video or image. Okay, so drop it. So it's kind of very comfortable and familiar web interface. The next step. So again, like from left to right, top to down. So it detects faces. I didn't check it. Okay, it detected faces, and then it means that you can have 2 or 3 people. Then you can make person 1 speak, then person 2 speak. And so that's what it gives you. If it doesn't, then the picture is not there. Okay, so 1 person, and then there are 2 things that you can do. If you have an audio, you can give it an audio, and then it will synchronize mouth. The next thing is or generate a lip sync video. Okay. No, your image will remain like that, and the person will speak that. So I have. Let me just show it to you.
Guys, I use real life images.
Yes. Yes. So generator and photos are the same to AI. So do you guys have this Google Drive thing here? Do you have access? So inside my slides. Okay. So under activities, so I'm under AI animation. I'm just going to show you this runway lip sync. Okay. So I have a few audio clips in here, but yeah. If you find it a hassle to connect, don't need to connect. You can generate your own audio.
How are you doing today?
Okay, so like short phrases like that. Then here is a pre-generated.
It's going to be using
How are you doing today?
Okay, so
How are you doing today?
it is. If the speech is longer, the person will blink every couple of seconds. So, but I think it's just too short. But sometimes it's just a bit too uncomfortable, too long. Then it hasn't blinked yet, or the eyes don't dart around like expected. Okay, but then let's make it work. Okay, so to upload audio, I just click this and upload the audio, and that's it. And then I can generate. I have to type something for. Okay, no. If I upload the audio, I don't need to type anything for it to say. But now, I guess most of you guys don't. I'm not going to upload the audio, so I'm going to type. Right? I'm happy to be here or something. Right? Nice to meet you. Make your partner say something. Okay. Nice. If you haven't generated your image, you can try go to the web and look for a photo of everybody. Okay, and then just use the AI. I have to warn you at this time, right? Responsible use and safety. When you upload your own image or your child's image, be careful. Okay? They'll try and keep it confidential, but it's on their server. If there's a security leak, you know, there's all hell breaks loose, right?
Can it lip sync animals?
You can try. If you have an audio file of you know, animals just like try and make a talkative cat or something. They make like short, more interesting like sounds. It's not a continuous.
Oh shit.
Very good. Okay, I haven't shown that yet. Okay, so So click on this and type whatever you want to say. Okay? Hopefully it's a longer sentence. Then click on this mic. Okay? This is a voice that this guy or girl will have. So you can make a guy have a girl's voice. So click on the play
Hey there, Maggie here.
to preview.
Hi there.
Okay? So that's the mic icon. That's the mic icon.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, they are all American accents. Right? So
Get started.
What I find is actually that's published.
So they are like kind of lazy voices, they are like drawling voices. Okay, so it means that it synthesizes to and speak whatever you want it to say.
Yes.
Just select click on the right side. And then you can say Frank. And you can change it. So I'll make the guy have a lady's voice.
Tell me. Tell me.
Oh,
okay. Okay.
It's like generative.
Like I try to make it give it a mouthful. Very long to like generative AI. What a mouthful. Like,
What are the videos that
Yes. What's listen to what?
then very conveniently it tells you how many credits you have on the top right. So I always every time I generate now it becomes second nature to take note of course the credits, but how long it takes to generate. Okay. So yes, question. So I'm going to just generate. Once you got a voice, if you haven't chosen a voice and whatever, this button will be grayed out. If not allowed.
Just you can.
Anybody having any?
Ready?
Ready? There's a play. There's a
It's not the child you're seeing. It's just a regular.
Yeah. That's the how they speak.
It's like having fun. Slow down and take an iced tea.
Generating version.
Hey, I'm Ella. Sorry I'm late, but I'm ready to roll.
It must be yes. I had a preview.
The sensor.
Hey, something for you guys to think about at the back of your head. I've seen some of the storyboards, right? I've seen the storyboards. Some of you are very long, right? We're talking about 4 shots. No, 1 shot per 1 person in your group. Okay? If you are ambitious, you can take on 2 or more. So 2 max. So if there's 3 persons, so 3 shots tell a story. Or 6 tell a story. So if you are confident of taking 2 shots per person. Okay? So later on, after the hands-on, you'll get a feel of whether it's fast to generate or it's not fast to generate. So think of how to shorten your story into the 3 most important or 4 most important shots, and somehow keep the integrity of the narrative. Okay, so anybody has finished generating?
Let's do some generative AI together today.
If the lizard is facing the camera and the snout is kind of shortened, maybe it can. Yeah, but. Okay, so remember, responsible use, don't prank your friends, okay? Make them say something they didn't.
I mean, she did say it.
Let's wait 1 more minute. 1 more minute and then we'll carry on. Okay? So for those of you who have generated, yes.
Our content was flat white.
Oh, interesting.
Because
Yeah.
This is a sentence.
Yeah. Maybe it's like I want to have something first.
We immediately knew what we wanted to say.
When this going in.
I'm saying that with a straight face. I should be giggling right now.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Let's try it.
You will stop my way. Let's do some.
Anybody felt the show?
Everything is suggestive.
Yeah, you can try longer ones and see whether it blinks.
You will stop my way. Let's do some.
Actually, it'd be interesting to take the commandant's soundbite of a long speech and then throw it inside and then see read out the sound. Okay. I know you guys are unstoppable now. I'm not going to stop you. And the lesson will carry on. Ken, who is not happy with, like, who cannot get a generative moving mouth? Ken, right? Everybody should be able.
ours is like a rat.
So the voice.
Wrong
person. You're gonna see our dessert.
There are some things to try. There are some things to try. So, for example, if the mouth is not moving very big, I will deliberately misspell my words to have more R sounds.
Oh.
Like boy, AH, instead of like boy, or something like that. So I might do that with the spelling and see whether it opens up bigger, maybe. So it's kind of hacking the system if it doesn't do well. So that's the mindset. You try.
Then 1 year later,
It's moving very fast. But everything takes money, like try the credit machine. But yes, please try. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to explain this. Okay, once you're happy, go to the dashboard. Okay, it will ask you whether you want to leave. Okay, because all your settings, you can reset it up like that. With videos, there are sessions. It will.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you will remember the problem. Okay, so leave the page.
Ready.
Then. By going to your dashboard, okay, then you go to save. Okay, so under your profile, you go to save. You will get your recently created here. So the next time you log in as yourself, you will not lose this. So if you're pretty confident, you don't need to save to disk. Okay, and then. Here there's a folder system. You can do a new folder, right? And say lip sync or something. For, okay. Then you will have a folder, and then you can drag your image into the folder.
Like this.
But that's my initial.
Okay, never mind. Don't need to do the folder. I tried, but cannot. So yeah, just if you have many, then it becomes a concern. Like from different projects. So right now we just have one project. It's okay. So do that at your own time. Yeah, I'm going to continue. Okay, so remember, shorten your story to something. How many shots? Think about commercials, TV commercials. They have 30 seconds even. Right? Sometimes you have a long drawn out story in the TV commercials, and then you have like for Super Bowl or something like very short. 2, 3, like, and be able to tell the story. Okay, think about that. So, one of the benefits of generative AI, sorry, okay, so convenience, right? You can do it from a browser, but take note that you're using somebody's computer, somebody's computer somewhere in the world when you use a browser. So then, so again, storing your stuff on somebody's server, it leaves a mark there, right? Then you have unlimited creativity, the sky's the limit, okay? And impossible imagery, right? When you got physical constraints, when I go out to shoot, I need to acquire footage, right? Equipment rental package, whether they are free or not, whether they have the skill or not, suitable location, time of the day, weather conditions, sometimes raining, you cannot shoot outdoors, right? Reduce rely on bad actors. But actually, sometimes AI is as bad as actors, or even worse, because it doesn't follow. Okay, so a single person can. Okay, so how you use AI? A lot of developer companies there try to make it as the final product. You can use this. This can be better than Lord of the Rings or something like that. But this is very precious and valuable as a prototyping, isn't it? Like storyboard, you have lines and that's it. But then if you have managed to churn out frames like that, it's just more convincing to the stakeholders, right? In the proposal. So think about that as a viable way. It's not the final, but it will look something like that. Okay, next. Okay, comes to a little bit of the technical. You have text to images, right? Which is what we've been doing when we generated our classmates. Then you have image to image, which is guide images plus prompt. So the prompts are all you have to use prompts. Okay, from image to image. Then you will get used to this. Okay, text to image, image to image. So these are for image generation. Something to something. Sometimes they are abbreviated by TXT2 number 2 ING or something like that. So that's just abbreviation. Then it is possible to generate video. Okay, video from text. So purely text describing, and then you get moving images. Then image to video, you have one static guide image, right, to start off with or to end off with, and then to video. So it will give you in Runway you can have the start, middle, and end image, which is actually pretty good to guide. But given the generative, unless you have so you can have three, like the person, then the person on the side, then the person on the back. You will understand that you will turn the person over the course of time, for example. Okay, but if you generate the person in AI, it's going to look different front, side, and back also. So that's the challenge. So I usually just start off with one video and see. I try to describe the motion like this. Okay, then this one is the most advanced one. Only Runway can do this. Point video to video. That means if you do a Tai Chi thing, and then you give it, and you type in a character, it will follow the motion, which is pretty good. Okay, or you do some Superman move for 2 seconds. Okay, you can try that. So video to video. Again, I think it's limited to like 10 seconds, 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So next. So this one is yet another style, which is quite illustrative. Okay, so here I'm going to go through each one, text to image, image to image. So example. So text to image. This one is taken from a gallery of image, right? This is crazy. Okay. But just to see how other people are building their prompts, I think some are not needed, but maybe they're like just adding one more word and try, and then reducing one word, try, and just like this one was okay, this is what I want, I'm not going to touch it. Okay? So next one, when it works, it's amazing. There's something magical about it. It amazes me every time. So this one you'll see interesting brackets. So these are kind of emphasis in some of the models. Some people take double stars. Some people, sir, at the back, sir, you will get this. I'll share this slide so you don't need to take picture. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Then I have links for this. You can click on the actual picture to see the person's artwork. Next, Okay, so that's text to image, but purely using text, and then you get your resulting image. Next, okay, this one is image to image. So the guide image is on the left one. Was I think SCDF, some action figurine or something. And then you prompt like it's a Malay guy, a Chinese guy. And then use the guide. I want you to take note that the equipment are different. Some don't make sense. You see the tube and then suddenly it comes out on the other side. So, or you see like, you show the domain knowledge experts, they will point this out to you. So one of my suggestions is don't do realistic. Because realistic is going to give details, and the details are going to be wrong. Especially later I'll go through all these insignias, right? And it's not going to be correct. You say Singapore one, maybe it'll give you the closest like policeman in Malaysia or something, or you say Malay man, immediately it gives you a Malaysian police uniform. Okay, so something to take note of. Okay, so now the next thing is text to video. So just text. This one people tell me, wow, SCDF there are total different and like some disasters. So when there are text, I do one. Okay, so just now this one is other people do one. Okay, so this one I did. So you can see the relationship between the text and the resulting image. Okay. So something like that. So next, image to video. So on the top left, you'll see the still image, and then it starts with exactly the still image, and then I describe it. Oops, I did that. Yeah, I describe flower blooming or something. Then here the fairy, which is the first image. Okay, so with image, maybe you don't need to describe the visual so much because the lighting, the colors, and all that are already in the reference image, and then maybe you can describe more of the motion than anything. Also, take note of that face. Her features are distorted. Yeah. Right. So yeah, this is one of the things that we are trying to go in. Okay. Next, I give a still image on the left. It's still image to video, and then I say this is a drone shot, and then move away or move, and it's raining. So the moving elements must be described so that in motion it knows what to do. Interestingly, it has like waves of like ripples and all that on the ground, and it starts to imagine as it moves away. It imagines and be coherent with whatever it started off with. So you see the windows where got straight one, not straight and all that. So these are the if you really want to be very picky, these are the things that we have to deal with.
So it's not the case that if you have a still and then you just your text prompts is just to indicate which part should move, but it might just reimagine additional details.
Yes. So it doesn't take exactly. So it will regenerate, and sometimes it gets more like additional patterns that you cannot do. So you will do a lot of generations. You do a lot of trial and error and combination. Okay, so this one is the one that I told you about that Runway is able to do, which is video to video. So I'm visual effects artist Houdini, like Blender, Maya, and all that. This is Houdini. So this is one of the mascot in Houdini, where it's kind of a rubber toy, and I generated like lightning, and then this I gave the video to Runway and prompted this. So continuous lightning bolts and hits the surrounding. So I didn't have a ground. It imagined a ground for me. So that was not expressed, right? And the lightning, it understood. It lit up the ground as well. And then my lightning was pure white, but because it's lightning, it understood. Can you see like some orangey things? So it's a kind of a temperature increase from very dim orange to like blue and white. Okay, and it also fogged up the rest for me. So and it turned into a still sculpture. So try if you have a video, maybe during lunchtime go take a video of yourself. I don't know. Try still sculpture or something, right? So you know that Runway is expensive. Go and use it as much as you can. I don't think you can use today. Still try and use it as much as you can. Okay. So yes. I was going to show you 5 things. Okay. 5 different platforms. You'll see that they have similarities. Hopefully you gain some confidence. Google Slides. Okay. So generative AI with pictures are right inside your slides and your sheets and your docs. Very good. So yeah. if I take this my presentation slide and I hit this start button, right? It will tell me it can create a page for me. It can modify my page, and then it summarizes the content for me. Okay, so you can take a resume and ask it to summarize the points for you. Okay, so I'm going to take this slide, a new Google slide, and then yeah, I can ask you questions about the slide. Give me a summary, create a slide. Okay, so that's from Google Gemini because Google product. So see these three buttons here, right? So you can stop image on the web. So I can, if I like this, I click it, it's in my slide. So you don't need to go to the website, save as, and then throw it in. Usually I'll just right click, copy image, then paste image. But here, this is, you can search for, right? Yeah. So then you list all these things and just click it, drop it. And I think it's smart, you know, if you have text, it will drop it in an empty area and size it correctly. So that's quite crazy. Okay, so this is what's good. Next is this, generate an image. Okay, a lot of my images, when you see Google Gemini AI, it's generated here right inside as I'm doing my slides. Okay, so click on this, describe your idea. Okay, so you can generate right inside this. Okay, so do the, I'm out of ideas. So, Jessica, you have, close this. Sometimes your empty space is longish, sometimes it's white, sometimes you need a square. Okay, so these are the things that you can control. Style, sometimes, no style is, I think by default is realistic or photos. Okay, then you can go to random, right? So then click create. So I think there's no such sidebar inside Word and Sheets, but you can insert an image and generate. I think this is available in Sheets. So in your cell, in your Excel spreadsheet, you need an image in the cell, you can generate it from inside. So then it gives me, so this is one of the AI that creates 4 images at once. So when I click this, right, it lets me scroll through the 4 possibilities. Okay, so dog chase car, this definitely doesn't, dog case. See, I done. Oh, well done. Okay, so, okay, sometimes it's intentional. Actually, cover my mistake. So it will generate interesting things for me sometimes because I just want to. Okay, so when you're happy with it, insert. Okay, so let's say, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so that's hallucination. Okay, so I'm going to correct. I'm going to correct my spelling and then create again. Okay, so create again. So I'm just showing you the features. So I timed it, it's about 10 seconds for 4 images, so that's not bad. Yeah. When I give you timing, right, it's man counting, not having a stopwatch. Okay. So it gives me really now dog chasing a car. If I click this, you can feedback and say I like this image or I don't like. When I click this, I can insert. But if I have something selected, an image, for example, I size it nicely already, right? Okay. Then with this image selected and I click one of my generations, you'll see that it can replace it. That means I don't need to paste inside, then size it again, delete the old one. Okay? Yeah, it's pretty good. And if you didn't like it, right, you can view more, so it generates another set of 4 for you. Okay? And then you can right click and save if you like it. Sometimes unused once, but you want to save it for later because it's good. Okay, so when I say I'm feeling lucky, right, it went to vector art for me. So whatever this is vector art. Okay, so it followed the style. So that's all I have to say for Google Slides. It's very, very good because I had like 90 pages in my presentation and a lot of these are generated. I needed to supply more generative art for you guys. Okay, so that's all for, it's called the Google Suite Integrated AI for Docs and all that. Okay. Okay, so we've covered runway. Let's go to runway. And then go down to your dashboard. Okay, let's go to runway ML dashboard, and then generate video. So click on generate video, and then okay, so the credits, right? And it'll roughly tell you you have like 185 seconds left of generation. So every generation is 5 seconds, but you can choose 10 seconds. So Gen 4, right, is the newest and it costs more. Gen 4 Turbo kind of the light version, okay, and faster, but maybe not as accurate or detailed. So I think when you are on Gen 4 Turbo, right, the credits and the second remaining are different. It's lighter, so you can make more seconds, and so on and so forth. So a lot of time I come in, I prompt, then I click generate, then I shit, it's the expensive one, right? So try moving up from the lighter version. So Gen 3, you will see that different models that they train on has different controls. So this one only has this slide, this text prompt, and then this one are your screen ratios. You want it to be vertical. 69 and 916 are the most common, and we should do our videos on this. Okay, this is talking about the shape of the screen, not talking about resolution like 1920. Yeah, so this one is a square for Instagram and all that, right? Then this one, okay, so this, when you talk about seed, right? Because generative AI is random by nature, if I fix it, that means I key in this prompt, and every time you hit generate, right, it's actually internally giving you a new seed. Computers are fixed one. Computers are not random. Is not random. So if I just fix the seed, whatever large number, if I fix it, and I have the same prompt, if I hit generate multiple times, it'll give me the same image again and again. So I have control like that. That means I want to know whether it's my prompt that's the problem, what has changed, right? Because it's random anyway. Like I asked you all to generate 2 or 3 times using the same prompt, it comes out different. This is the seed that's doing this thing. So by default, the seed is like the current time. Every time you hit generate, it's 5 seconds later or 2 seconds later. So it will always give you something new because it's looking up a different seed. But we can fix it. So the number doesn't matter. You can 001 or your NRC or something. Make sure that the same number. So later I'll talk about how to systematically work. That means I'm remembering my prompts. What prompt give what image, and then I might even want to record my seed, like this seed. Yeah. Okay. So this is significant. By right, it is because it assumes that you want to explore and have different things every time. So it's off by default. Okay. So if I change it to an earlier one, you will see different. Some will have some kind of. Anyway, yeah. So just go and explore. Let's try Gen 4 Turbo. Right. You'll see that 445 seconds. I want to compare the credits. Okay. So this is 445 seconds. So the same. 4 Turbo and everything else I think should be the same. Only when you do the Gen 4, which is the heavy lifting, you have lesser seconds left. So it's kind of more compute, more expensive. So let's try Gen 3, Gen 4 Turbo. Okay, Gen 4 Turbo. Because sometimes I never check my settings and then I incur like a big one, like my credit's gone. Okay, so make sure that the duration, sometimes I didn't need 10 seconds, but then I just type it and just generate, and it's regrets. Okay, so dog chasing a car. Yeah, whatever that you were previously doing on your stills, and just try. Okay, so with video footage, there's something you can, because it's text, right? A dog. I can do a shaggy dog, right? With floppy ears, for example. Chasing car. So this one I'm describing the thing, but then because it's a video, I must describe motion, isn't it? Right? So the dog is running fast. Okay. Then you also have to describe the camera angle, right, and the direction. Is the camera moving? Is the camera still? So okay, camera is following the dog. So these are the kind of things that I'm trying to kind of impart to you little by little. Later we'll break down a prompt. So we'll say the most important thing first. That's the subject, right? And then decreasing in importance. You change the car, right? Maybe on a highway. Okay, the car is on a highway. Then so you describe the surrounding, and then you describe the movement, and then you describe the style. Like, is it in animation or is it in film? Okay, so once you're done, you'll see that you cannot generate because this runway, right, it only is image to video. So you need a starting image. So I'm going to go into my, yeah, so maybe I'll just take my generated man and then use that as a dog to chase the car, maybe. Let's try. Okay, so because my generated image is square, so you realize that in Meta AI and WhatsApp, the generation is always square. You cannot control the aspect. Can you use that for your video? Can. You just scale up the square until the sides touch and then throw away the top and bottom, right? Because our videos are kind of longish. Then you will ask, wouldn't it pixelate and low quality? You have AI assisted upscale, which I'll give you the link later on. So you make it sharp. Okay, so like that, and then generate. So you can take all photographs and upscale them.
Okay, Actually, it's pretty accurate.
So you guys have like generated video. Let's see my video. Hey, he disappeared. So the man is the car, the dog chased the car. That was unexpected. Yeah. Okay, very good. Ronnie mentioned something very useful. It's not a total loss. Because sometimes you just want a dog on the, you can cut and start edit from there. Okay? And there are tools to slow down video. By right, when you slow down a real-time video, you will get you get held the frames that are holding. But AI assisted, you can have a smooth motion, it guesses and recreates in between the frames by understanding what editing. So in the editing software. So audio one track, picture one track. Yeah. Fine. Okay, so that's what all we're gonna do on Runway. Now, if you want to start a new, okay, you look at the top right. So this is your session. From my prompt, derived that this is the name of my session. If you want to change it, you can write it as your name. Okay. Okay, so this notification is sometimes it takes long to generate, and then you'll just send your notification when the generation is ready. Like you pop up on your. One more minute, and then we go to the next platform.
Okay, and then
Strumming. Tapi cute dia record. Dia apa ni? Kan? Dia apa ni? But unlike this rabbit, it's exactly what I wanted it to be.
We're trying to see what
Oh my god, yeah.
So the same is like saving to the gallery. Oh! Oh, use that in the video.
So how do we look like serious business question? The small animals, clapping,
Okay. Now, if you go to your dashboard under sessions, you will see this playful dog chase adventure. So it's doing some kind of organization for you. From your prompt, it names the session as dog chase. When you click into the session again, you will get the history of generations. But you don't have your settings. Your prompt, do you lose your prompt? You see the full prompt, you get it back. Not bad, not bad. So it's doing some housekeeping for you. Okay. I'm quite glad that everybody gets a you're confident with the tools. You're confident that you can generate?
Yes.
Okay, next. 13 minutes to lunch. Okay, so let's try and keep this. Okay. So, Meta AI. Okay, you go to the tab. This is a chat interface, but it's multimodal. So multimodal, you can chat about pictures. So this imagine thing is whatever we've done on our WhatsApp, right? Imagine. So once you type imagine, it will go into this mode. Space. No. Okay, never mind. So this canvas, right, is an editing. Let's try the iterative editing. So I'm going to just take any of your generated stuff and upload it and drop it onto the chat on Meta. Okay. And then edit this image. Okay, so it will drop you into an editing mode. So you go in, click. I want you to sign in, maybe. So maybe I'll just log in. Yeah. You keep running into this. Gotta be politically correct.
I know it's disgusting, but it's
Okay, you finally I'm logged in, so yeah. So drop in your image and edit this image. Please. Okay. So all we did is upload an image in the chat and says edit image. So enter. Yeah. So you describe what you want to. Okay, that's an interesting thing, Wonder Woman. So let's give him a tiara, maybe, yeah. Put a tiara. Yeah. Okay, so you can animate or you can edit. So if you have some motion, Meta is very fast. Every 4 images is just 4 seconds or 5 seconds. It gives you churn out 4. Videos is also like that. 4 or 5 images, it gives you a video. So let's try and animate in. Okay, so animate. So this is your history as well. So you can go at any time. You can go into any of your at that state of history and spawn off new things.
Okay, so it's gone, and most of the time I feel that Meta's ability to take instructions are not very good. Most of the time you hit animate, they will just put a camera around or coming in or something. So yeah, but sometimes it's just enough lah. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this image, right? Put a tiara and hit edit rather than animate. Okay, edit. So then takes it and thinks about it a little bit. Can you see like? Okay, so it does. So it does. So another thing that you like turn day into night, maybe. Yeah. The class. To evening. Right. Okay, and edit. So it's almost like Photoshop for you. I want it brighter. I want it darker. I want to tint it. Okay. Do you know how to fix this? What did I say? I say turn this classroom into I think I lost my I think I lost my prompt. So if you try it for a while, you want to remember your prompt, log it down, or else you just okay. So from here, from this thing where it has a tiara, right? I said turn the classroom to night time, so it gives you a night scenery. So turn the classroom into a classroom at night. Yeah, right. So sometimes you assume, but it's not like that. So yeah. Try. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't like. What?
Change the window lighting is wrong.
Yes. Yeah. So just try this. This is the iteration process, right? Okay. Change like from the windows to dark blue, like light or something. Okay. So then it becomes conversational. It becomes more controllable sometimes. Anything but the light, the walls, but not the windows. Okay, so interesting. I'm gonna leave it here. Okay, so think about right.
I still in that room.
Yes. Actually, do you know how difficult it is to kind of mask a person and put it in the background? This guy does it for you. If you're doing Photoshop and you have some knowledge, you have to kind of select, lift him up, then put it in another background. This one somehow it understands what the classroom is and it kind of does it for you. It's not bad. Okay, so now one housekeeping wise, right? When we are doing image space, it's one image, then next one image, I can linearly record and log my prompts. Right now, I'm thinking like the second output and then do something to change it. So it's not linear anymore, right? So you have to think of a way to make it make sense to you progressively as you are changing it. The next very powerful thing is, can I do canvas? Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you, you can see that whatever I did, right, has a conversation history. Okay? Yeah, has conversation histories. And when it generates like 4 at one time. So, and when I'm in generation mode, right, not like editing mode, you can see that it gives me on the sidebar styles. That means I can change it to kind of pixel or Minecraft, right? I can change it to clay. So there are a lot of things that are open to me. In image space, for example, you have to change the model to look different. Or in the meta on your WhatsApp, you have to prompt and say make it a visual style of this. But here, it's integrated into tools for you. You can change the mood, change the lighting. Okay, so go and play around with it. So they try to make it look like children's stuff like, and it should be self-explanatory when you see this. So I can select all this and then hit change, or I can select just one of the car, and then I cannot. I think I can. I have to change the mood for like, because I click on this, I'm in this 4 image. Let's say I'm changing it to neon. And then it goes off to generate 4 waiting ones, so it turns into a neon light for me. So yeah, quite predictable. So it's quite good. Yeah. This one, each video is only 4 seconds. Unfortunately, every platform have different, like Mate Space is like 8 seconds, like non-standard ones. Okay, and this one, just to show you the tendencies of the videos that it tends to generate. You'll see that you expect the car to move forward or something. It doesn't always. Like you expect it to be driving, but it's just kind of a like operating shot, right? And the prompts come back. So the tail emits fire, and sometimes the fire doesn't always come out from the tail; it comes out from the front. Right? It just drives through the fire. So these are the things that when you get to see behind the scenes of some people generating, actually you are learning about the model. Some models will interpret better, some models will not. So you compartmentalize into your, that's your skill. Okay? Yeah. 3 more minutes to lunch. Okay, so this one we've gone before runway. We tried. Google AI Studio is pretty good at physics. You say with the ball, you let go of the ball in prompt, it knows physics. It drops in the table, it bounces off, and so it creates and it is quite well behaved. But this one has 4 generations every day. So the videos I think are 8 seconds and full HD out there. I think. So 4 generations, make it count. So what 4 in a group, right? You try. Okay, especially when you're sharing, make a prompt list. Okay, my son, I enter the prompt like, yeah, so to make it more efficient. So this one we got before, which is the Meta AI Studio for, and I have the prompt here, so you can try this on your own. The speed is less than 5 seconds, which is very good. And this one, Gemini AI we got before. Microsoft Copilot, it's the same thing. Copilot somehow is my best friend when I'm doing research. Every time I ask it something, it's a topic, right? Then I go to the next topic. It can correlate, like, oh, given your affinity to think logically, I think that would be something like that. Somehow it gives this kind of make correlations to earlier. Could be dangerous if you don't like it. So, okay, so Microsoft Copilot and Meta AI, these two are the only one that can do this kind of like, give me a butterfly, put the sun to the side, and then put the girl next. I like this, make it real, so the style different, and it observed it respected the same position, and respected the items in the thing. So conversational, interactive editing, or multi-turn, right? Iterative. So I've gone ahead and summarize this. Okay, so yeah, something like that. You can see the very, very disturbing thing is, like 69 is our standard. They don't always give you 69, but we say we can go forward and go ahead and scale it up and make it full screen. Even the frame rate is also different. 16 frames per second. Like, who does that? Okay, so 4 seconds of 16 frames. So here, further summary, I think the fastest image generator is Meta AI. You've seen the Meta AI output, not bad. It's quite compelling. So thinking about the project, you have limited time. I will go Meta AI, keep spamming and keep iterating until I get one image. Then I feed it into video. Then I cannot go too wrong, right? Because you have the start image and the end image. Okay, so so I have like the fastest to the slowest, and this all subjective. Like I say, the timing is my count in my mind, and then the most predictable, which is my favorite, it for the things that you're doing, maybe doing lizards, right? Maybe one of the models, like one of the platforms are specialized in lizards, and you get very good results, but not me. So yeah, your mileage may vary. And then interactive and image editing, only Meta AI and Copilot. Okay, so okay, Ayo, Flo, lunch? I want to look for lunch. Okay, never mind. Let's do the. Is it lunch or lunch? Oh, okay, lunch. Can. Let's break for lunch. Okay, next. So you may have to try to save your still images, right? Sometimes they give you untitled, then you have to name your own. So every time you save, if you're generating Fast and Furious, right? Then save. Every time you have to type name 01, name 02, name 03. That's painful. Sometimes they give you this, right? So also very messy. So what I tend to do before I had convention was I do date modify from the latest to the latest to the earliest, and I don't care about the names. Ignore this. This is my final. I want to put 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all I need to do is type something in front, and then I can ignore this. So once you to do that, if you like to see thumbnails, you can also sort by descending, because you are saving. As you save the later one, it will naturally be the latest one is on the top. Because I used not to do this, and I have to every time scroll down to the bottom to see and the rest are usually not useful. Okay, so that's the crux of it. If you take a look at this, there's only one wing. All the other birds are not flying. I don't know why. So
It's like that.
yeah, they're just there. Okay, so this is probably the most technical stuff here. Okay, so this is what I have, a system that I've come up. It's very hard to see, is it? Please come, please gather around and see. So the first image that okay, hopefully you will see some. So I'll go. I have this prompt logging. Okay, so prompt logging. So unformatted. So I used to do things like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll just download it into. You can use any text editor of your choice. Don't need to use. I use a code editor. So it used to. So I used to start short. So intentionally, I'm not descriptive. Like I'm giving a concept. Like and then this one, I see what comes out. I wanted to see. And after that, I keep adjusting. So you see that it's kind of bottom up, because again with the file list, I don't want to go to the bottom. So there's a negative prompt, and then I keep adding stuff to it. But then here I have no correlation to the files that I generate. So roughly I see the entire 100 files, then maybe the earliest was this. Okay, so you can do this. If you're like, if you try to teach to kids, so this is professional for kids, you just throw files anywhere and you can't remember. But this is just to give you less pain. Okay, so then finally it evolved into this. So generation 0. This is a plus minus. Whether I like it, I didn't like it. This is like so. And then this is negative. Didn't like it. So I give time for negative, and then I don't need to repeat it. It's same as 0, same as 0 if I'm not changing it, right? And then this is the prompt. It's the prompt. So then in my file list, you'll see 0 because I didn't sort it yet. So 0. So when I save, I just put a 0 at the beginning, right? Then the next one, the 1. So for those of you, the meticulous ones, that you know what I'm talking about. So I can, so from here, I can also see some kind of history, right? I didn't like it because maybe because of something, right? Then if you like it, you can also put a comment, another comment, something like that. So you have some kind of I like it. Okay. Oh no, I came up with it myself. A system of working. As long as you. So this is just something that evolved organically over time. The one is a curse. Final, yet not final. You're cursing yourself. Don't jinx it. Okay, so then, so you get the pictures that I have also because it's part of the files. And then this one just to show you the possibilities. You remember the 4 images at one time? Then you can generate animation from each one of the images. So it's like that. So the 4 images is 0, 0. Just now I started with 1 digit, right? What happens if it goes into the tens and the hundreds? Then you have 0, 0, 0. So I paired it with zeros first. So I don't think I will go up to 99. So 0, 0. The first wave of 4 images come out is underscore 1 to 4. Then I treat them as one batch. So this is my prompt, my spec. So my spec is 1 to 1. Then after that, you see that I put format because these are the stills. Then MP4 is the movie. Then I like the number 1, so I turn it into the movie. So that was the batch 0001, batch 0002, right? And then 03 I didn't generate. I can see from my log here that I didn't generate 03. Maybe I didn't like it, right? Then 04 was so-so, 02 was I like it. Then the batch 1, you see that it was the ratio was 1:1, which is square, but then now it's a 9, which is a shorter one by 16, so it's longish. So then another 4 versions, another 4 versions of MPEG, right? The final batch, another 4, so on and so forth. Okay, so then this is the legend key. Okay, so somewhat evolved on my side. So do as you will, but please don't flood your desktop with icons. That's the whole point. Okay, so that's from the professional, if you want to count it, that my take on lots of these kind of things. Next. Okay, so prompt crafting. So we want to take any image. We want to see it differently now. Any image, I color code it. Foreground is green. So any image you want to, I've already mentioned it. The most important thing first, by then decreasing in order of importance. So whatever is at the foreground, you have to determine, and then the newspaper boys on bicycle wearing overalls. So I start describing him, right? And then this color is an action, right? The smiling, holding hands is hand out, and then the other hand is upraised and holding the newspaper, and then this is describing the newspaper. Okay, so you kind of work front back, front towards the background, and then the background is something, and then rows of houses with mailbox, and photograph with a retro. Okay, so this is what it gave. So foreground, with the background, with the color code, and then the action. Okay, so that gives some kind of structure to it. Okay, then a few more of the generations. So this one is right to left for him, but I've seen people write larger files. Okay, so these are the using this we generated, managed to generate this. And next, using the same prompt, I'm only changing the style, right? So then line up visual novel, you still get quite close to whatever. So this shows how we can control and shape it. Okay, and then the next, closer to home, kampong boy. Okay, so we same thing. So you see that from here the inclination to generate Americans, right? And then now we force it into so same thing. Yeah, whatever the heck is a newspaper boy, right? I also don't know. I wanted him to deliver newspaper. So okay, so newspaper. Then you say that the Singapore boy is okay. Sometimes we miss out and say that a Singapore boy and his bike, he is brown. So the he, is it the bike or is it the boy, right? So that's why I repeat. And then because I know that Singapore is going against the grain of the model that wants to generate American, repetition is nagging. You nag the model. More repetition, it gives more weightage to the thing. Okay, so just remember nagging like kind of thing. Okay, so Singapore boy is like that, and then the newspaper. Text is not a strong strength of models. It will have to say then the numbers that alphabets will jumble together. But I'm quite proud of it that it came out in Singapore. Okay, so here then we because of the head right, then it gives it the traditional. Okay, then this one again change the visual style. This one is image to image. So you see that the shape of the houses and the rooster is quite the same. Then this one now gets garbled. Okay. Then next, then where's the pedal? It's floating in the air. So this one, right? So it follows quite closely. You leave the newspaper. Then okay, so this one failed. Yeah, where's the pedal? And nobody pedals like that, right? So okay, so this is just to show you. You have to be ruthless in evaluating your own. Sometimes we get very involved in it, and then we defensive like, what do you mean this no good, right? So so you have to be, because you can't go around explaining to every audience that picked up things that you never pick up. So it reflects on your own QC. Okay, so evaluate for realism, the proportion. Sometimes the hands become very long. Even if I wanted to use newspaper tuck at the back of my pants, my shirt should be lifted up, right? But this guy's shirt is not lifted up. Yeah. So then factual correctness, time and era. I'm not expecting to see a BMW at this kind of right at this time and era. So that's part of hallucination, which is not correct. Only we know, maybe the model doesn't know. Okay, and get balance people to look at it, like what jump out at you, right? Hey, why does this one like that one? Hey, how come I never noticed that you picked it up? So get some test audience. Next, negative prompts, we talked about it. So these are some examples, bad anatomy, bad proportions. But again, don't spam these. So my recommendation is to use nothing. Then if extra hands keep popping out, then you say no extra hands. If extra eyes keep popping out, then you start adding. Okay, so then image to video. So this was the image from runway, right? And you see it's not bad, right? Image to video is quite close. And then the runways aspect ratio is longish, right? So I was forced to, you see the top of his head and the top of his head like get chopped off. I had to frame him. Okay, that's not bad. It's the same thing, but there's some new stuff. So you see action and camera direction. So and what the person is doing. Okay, so boy and bicycle, right? This is the same. Okay, you don't need to change it. I think even though the image already described it, I feel that maybe it's there. That it's good. Then the new thing is the camera follows him and his bicycle as it travels down. Yeah, that's it. The next, the runway video to video. So I changed it into a retro anime, and then so it followed pretty closely. It's just that the picture is blinking at me. And then yeah, it's not doing well. But and then because you can see the anime is trained on like Japanese, right, retro and all. The car came out. It's very typical of like Japanese family and all that. So needs more work, I guess. But this is video to video. It follows pretty. It respects it really much. Okay. Next. So this one was made space, gave another interpretation just from text, not from picture. So he really raised the newspaper, which is quite cool. I had one that like he throws the newspaper away, but then there was one that the whole person threw himself over. So the newspaper fly, then he also fly. So, okay. any question? Okay, quite explanatory. Okay, so okay, this one is okay. These are our tools that we went through. What I'm trying to say is your input sources, right, from the web, from Photoshop, I can edit it, take away things that I don't like as a still, then I get the prompting. Or I can immediately go to the prompt. So this guy goes to, that means we have choices. It can come to here or can come to here again, then generate my still image. So flexibility. Next, you got the still image can be the N.O., B.O., but it can also fit into your video generation, right? So in video generation, we know we have runway, we have image space, we have AI, meta AI. So you can take any path from the first one to the first one, or the first one, then go to the last one. Just what I want to say. So don't worry and don't be. Okay, so now emphasis prompt is the nagging that I said, right? We repeated the newspaper boy, and here the Singapore male police force officer shaking hand with the right. And the Singapore police force officer is in the MRT station. And there's a so repeated, and still you didn't get it right, right? I'm sure our police force doesn't have an insignia like that. But then next I tried the girl one, and somehow the insignia is consistent between these two. I don't know why. Okay, so I had to mention the baton, the gun, and all that. So overall, it kind of looked like acceptable. There was one that the train is like a bit further from the track, and then they had a kind of curved arch that we didn't have in our MRT. So something like that. Okay. Then next one is some prompts and hints to keep the logo kind of during motion. It stays sharp and all that. So we can do some of these. Okay. Then Darren has already mentioned that you can prompt the GPT to help you with prompts, and then can also. So what happens is you can reverse engineer and you can give ChatGPT a picture like that and say what is the possible prompt. With this, you can use any image, any photo, and then you can kind of like lazy person get a prompt, and then you see whether it's correct. But the prompt that it gives you, so you can also learn from your prompting journey also. So this is the dog and this dog. So this one, I tried Microsoft Copilot. It's all garbled up, the foreground, background, and all that, and it gives me structured. Actually, it wouldn't be how I would write it, but you can. It produce the image like that. So you know that ChatGPT has its own model and its own inclination. You know Cloud and DeepSeek has its own. So the things that they produce and recommend wouldn't be the same kind of structure, but you're also applying it on different models who are accepting different structure also. So it's a mix and match. Maybe you keep doing the ChatGPT to image space, and it kind of works very smoothly. That becomes kind of one of your workflow to fall back on. Could be. So it's up to you to find your own comfortable spot. Maybe I'm a commercial sports car generator, those kind of product image, and I keep doing that. Somehow it has been working smoothly for me, so then I can infer that this thing is good as sports car. Yeah, something like that. Okay, next. We cleverly avoid the weakness of AI. So what are the weakness of AI? Right, multi-stage action. Pick up my coffee, take a seat, look up, then smile. These are very hard to, and then turn around and tap my buddy on the shoulder. That's crazy. I don't think it's 10 seconds. You can't also achieve so many things. So keep your action main on the core. Okay. Then right, text and labels. We already experienced that. Complex interaction with props beyond a single action, flick and flip of a switch. So I racking my gun like that. Check. Do this. It's not going to work, right? Because it doesn't. You probably like kind of cut through or don't know do what. Okay. So even like lady's handbag, turn and lift out the flap. Maybe can try. Yeah, can try. So like turn on the switch, is I think Okay, huge crowds, like we say, zombie apocalypse. They are not doing that. Different people are doing different actions. Like just now, the warehouse, like the graphical ones. Even a single still image is already have a problem. Okay, try. If you want to do many people, let them all do the same thing. Like all be standing up and clapping, all be, maybe you get a better chance. Not to tell you not to do or stay away from. It's just you might have to end up coaching it a bit more. Okay, so 3 people in your foreground as the main subjects, probably not more than 4 or something. You can try. This one I had 3 people. This guy is a mix between a human and a zombie. I don't know whether he's a zombie or part of them or part of
Transition.
transitioning. Okay. So you might have encountered it. Weapons are sometimes you say I want a man, Middle Eastern man carrying a gun. They buy you because of terrorists and all that associated with the training. So not safe for work. But then sometimes being school girl together, you really want to generate innocent children for your animation, right? This is one of the problems that I foresee. Google Gemini is very sensitive. The one in the spreadsheet and the one in the Google Slides is very sensitive to this. So so sometimes you just want to see shit happen. So you just throw in unpredictability like man and cotton candy. I really like his. He's like want to work you, but so right. So contrasting statements just to see what comes out. Okay. Then or sometimes just concepts like you will have problem drawing what is regret. What I draw you or regret. So redemption. So it gave me a movie poster or something. So sometimes just to see what it comes out with. Just now I show you. I started with like one line, the proof of my regret. What was that? Burden. Sorry. Okay. So this one should be some local content for you. This one young schoolgirl generated one time for Gemini. Then it didn't want to generate anymore, so but it was nice last time. Okay. So some local content could be a good style for animation as well. So I want to. Yeah, so this one should be your storytelling. You should know some camera angle, short framing, whether it's a low angle, a high angle. That's it. Okay, you know I'm rushing through this one. So, what do you want? Sorry. Okay, so more local content, right? A hawker uncle, and it could be Malaysia. So maybe it has quite a lot of training content as well. So this one are galleries. This one is interesting storytelling. 3 shots. Don't ask me to sign in, please. Yes, 3 shots. Asteroid. 3 shots tell a story. Asteroid, runs, explosion. Okay. Then drinking a beer, finish. And then okay, and then the beer rises up because of 0 gravity. So I want you to take a note that look at him. When you drink a beer, right? You feel that he's the same astronaut, right? He's the same astronaut. He went through some stuff, and then he now relaxed. Look at his helmet and look at his control panel. The lights on the left side. So this one is what we call establishing, right? This is the environment that he's in. Then now he runs. You see the light is on the right side. Yeah, and then he got 2 cameras or something. So it's different, but it fools the people. TikTok, I hate TikTok. 10 seconds, like ADHD. But anyway, I hate that it's now becoming very fast and people like scrolling and stuff. So we play to that. I don't know whether your video format will get like downloaded and people step through frame by frame. But yeah, we have to draw a guideline how you gauge your videos. Is this enough? Police people, right? Like they turn on the right, then the next shot he turn around, but the data is still on the screen, right? So kind of different, but alluding to the same thing. So things for you to consider. Okay, I'm just pointing them out. So the second one. Okay, is a kind of a beauty art thing. Very pretty. So the only similar thing you feel that it's the same person, maybe, right? Because you got some point. The similar thing that joins them is the lifting of hands. on the halfway, the next is still lifting the hands, the next is still lifting the hands. So things like that, be clever about it. Cut on action. I reach towards the door, the next is a close-up of my hand, continue to reach the door. So you perceive it as a single fluid action. Okay? So I'm sure you guys understand. So, then this one is a beautiful, that one showed up in the video. So again, different girls in different swings. But if you cut the swing on the down, on the up, so something to lead your eye to continue to see at that position on the screen, you feel that it is fluid. Okay? Don't. There's this thing called jump cut. Who doesn't know what a jump cut is? I showed you that. Suddenly you get you woken up to the screen is supposed to be invisible. You're not supposed to be. You are the invisible voyeur looking at the action. You're not aware of yourself. Suddenly you point at you. It broke the barrier of unbelief. Okay, we are supposed to suspend unbelief. You're supposed to believe. Okay, so then jump cut suddenly on the same angle, the shot size change. So every time you want to cut to the same person again, change your angle and cut at a different size. Then don't remain the same size, cut again like it's, unless you're doing fashion show, runway, right? The person snap is another person. Okay. But yeah, when telling stories, usually like me and him, the camera, the camera is the other way. You don't like suddenly come closer and cut. Okay, it's very jarring. Okay, so there's this jump cutting. Yeah, avoid jump cut. Doesn't he look like Andy Lau? So I don't know why. So okay, it's already. Okay, then other ways for the visual styles, you can look it up. So he's in the middle of the car. Then this one is with the passenger in the back seat. Then this one is also in the middle. Then, yeah. Okay. So now let's come to the project. Okay. Very good. I know some of you have like very hardworking, been working on it. So okay. So go and fill up the form. While we are going about it, I will show editing. The editor. So fill up that spreadsheet, break down your shots. Shot your. If you have video, show video.
Oh yeah.
Then we got the red company now. The stars.
Yeah.
We have no time to make it.
I think now is full shot. Then maybe we go watching the rabbit.
Okay, for each group, I want to create a new folder called 1001. Okay, so that's the first stage. Throw your still images into. So each group inside should have 01. Okay, throw your images, your stills or videos into it. So group 3, I'm going to create 01 as well. We'll just see what you have. One. Okay. And then the next one. Pretty good. Yeah. And then the next one. What's on the ground?
What's going on? And then transform to a super rank.
Oh, really? Don't stop it. Yeah. Actually, totally can become like a storyboard. Really, really. And then you can use that to generate. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know how to. You guys are still not in the video, right? Still haven't generated the video. No. Okay. How? Which team are ready? Can we take a look at it?
We still left with two more.
Two more. Okay.
Stills or videos?
Stills.
Our first two is already still and
Okay.
It's not one video.
Oh, you have video. Okay.
from his friend.
What you see?
Go back to the shield
Nice.
spread with the bigger.
N.E.mation is. That's the transforming scene.
To the whole stadium. So concert area. Concert area. Sorry.
Can we buy some more? Can we buy some more? I know it's hardly IT control, but it's hardly we should have our own IT.
Yeah.
We all buy our own. Yeah, right.
Along lah. To the last part. Pressure buat still buat video kat dalam dah. It's like apa?
Did you have to prompt anything about the king?
No, just put super hero.
It happens.
The rest. When I prompted and put Superman for superpower. Yeah, there's a right state copyright. They didn't allow it. I would say superhero. They can say it.
Mana-mana kan dah. Kita expectation really high.
Yes, I got muscles. Yeah, my whole one. Definitely.
Can as long as you have two videos or stills, can already.
Oh. Okay, yes, correct. Okay.
That's what I felt last night. Tomorrow is the plan.
That's very sad. No risk yet. Everybody late.
You guys can stay on. You will overrun. So I carry on. Yeah. Okay. For those who have bandwidth, I will carry on. Introduce the video editor. Just drop things in with the layer music. Okay. So then after that you can carry on and continue your work. So our video editor of choice is KDEN Live. You may not have heard of it. Okay. It's free. You don't need, it's free. Check.
Oh yes, yeah.
The editing section we already opened KDEN Live.
Video kat sini tak?
You can call it KDEN if you want.
The blue sheet. Oh, the on the stage.
Affectionate name Cadence. Okay. Yeah. So okay, just use stills. If you have stills, just use stills. You'll just be like one clip there, even if you drag stills. So as long as you have two stills, inside activities, I have this activities. I have MP3, so that's your music. Okay, if you don't have time to find anything, download MP3 music. KDEN only has a few sections. Do you need more time? Okay, so your video clips go here, then it goes placed in the timeline, and that's it. Okay, so these are all my boys cycling on the bicycle. videos. I throw it here. Okay, so over here you can. It will ask you because they are of a strange resolution. Do you want to change your project to that resolution? Just say yes.
Then lepas tu
Okay.
dia perish.
Just say yes. KDEN. Yes. It's free. So yeah, it is quite
Then
good.
it goes to
So then you get to see all your different footage. You can scrub through them. You can play them. So this is your source. Okay. So your library of your pool of video clips. Okay. Drag it. So we have 2 tracks for video. Okay. So you can layer 2 tracks together. You can plus minus to zoom in and out of your timeline. Okay. When your clip goes in here, it's very short. Okay. You can use the magnifying to zoom in. Okay, so use your still images or use your other video generated also can. Just put them there as placeholders. Okay, so then when you scrub the timeline, this is the actual edited things that you see. Okay, I'm gonna. So this guy actually lets go of the paper, like I told you. Okay, so then I'm going to put the next clip. So when they're close enough together, they snap together, so it's good. Okay? Then this is kind of your work area. So when you play, right, I have 2 clips now, they cut across each other. And that's it. That's all you need to know. Next, I will drop my music and drag it also into this place.
Okay. Boleh lah.
Yes.
We can just cut the front.
So videos will turn out as video, MP3 files will turn out as waveforms. All I need to do is
Kau dah
drag.
macam fox tu datang belakang dia lah. Kau dah
Okay, I'll drag my MP3 file into the timeline.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay, can.
If you can find your own music, you can put your own music. Then, if you want to shorten it, because the MP3 file is very long, you can drag on the tail end to adjust the length. And then to snap to only the duration of the video. If you're free, if you're comfortable with the control mouse wheel, you can use the mouse wheel to scroll, and then control mouse wheel to control mouse wheel to navigate the timeline. So this is what it looks like with the music. Then there's an edit here. So that's the edit between the clips. And then so keep doing that. And you have your edit. Okay? So you tell your story, you put it and synchronize with the music. Then now I'll show you how to export your clip.
Terus jadi macam
How do you export? Okay, so you go to project and render. So once you are okay, note this thing here. This is like how long your project is. Okay, so you go over here. When you export, this is the area that gets exported. Okay, so you go to project, render, which is Control Enter actually. So render, and then go to. You have a lot of different file formats. Okay, so the default format is default format is MP4, which is the most common. So go to MP4, and then make sure the video and audio is checked. Okay, we're not even going into technical stuff like resolution and all that. because we switched the resolution, because it asked us when we throw in, it asked us to do the resolution, and we switched. So now it's okay. And then make sure that your folder is correct. By default, it will take the Windows video folder. So I'm going to put it in my with the rest of my folders. I used to rename my file here very carefully. Now I don't care anymore. Untitled is not going to clash with any file. I get it rendered, then I rename. Yeah, because it's just I felt that I spent a lot of time. This is the first time I've seen it. Let me know if you have the same problem on your machine.
Yeah, it's a hiring.
Nampak sikit.
Yeah, when the student okay. Amazing.
I didn't encounter this on my machine.
Okay, gabung. I can see the yeah, suddenly like mouse thing. Okay, oh no, I need to
We never installed
macam like when you come like that, then the other part
Terus the thing come.
Okay.
So
But this document, yes, that's it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Correct.
Okay, yes, yes.
Is she dancing for too long?
Yeah, I think it's too long.
With the front portion thing inside.
Before she changed it.
Where's the fine music?
I like the changing.
Fix
The
something
thing is,
else.
depan dia sikit lah. Like a bit more of a bit more of a bit more. Yeah, like really depan. Okay. Too much. Daripada dia tekan. Yes. Wow. Perfect.
Ini ada skeleton dia tu tak? Yang kata yang punya
Pieces. Amazing. Pixel. You always singing bunyi in my ear. I feel it. The background maybe. Music. Yeah. Then can you just search for any point and search up music. Are you find?
is using. Now it's freaking out.
Kau ni betul-betul yang Spotify ni je. Tak. Kabut sangat. Sama. Oh, this is like okay, then rock music. Rock sexy music. Energetic rock, okay lah. Upbeat rock. I can see like property video, a company video, just going through the offices. Oh. No, next. No, it doesn't have it. No, it's like some family day, top down, drone image. What is it? I said pop. Yeah, pop. Pop rock? Okay, I guess that sounds sexy right there. Bukan dia macam sexy pop. Tak ada sexy pop. Ataupun rock sexy tadi. Oh, okay. Bedroom but too sexy. Upbeat. It needs to be upbeat. Upbeat pop.
Yeah, sometimes describing music is hard, right?
Because it's the theme is different, that's all.
So then you must find two different moods.
Hypnotic. Okay. Maybe get to know like okay, low vibe sounds like the weekend. You and Holly sound a bit.
But dia juga kayak gitu lah.
Dia macam it needs to be a bit more. Okay. Crime watch, pink pop, jumping bunny. Let's go, that's what we need. No, it's not jumping, it's acoustic.
There might be a situation that we may not be able to render. In that case, please save all the music that you collected, all your videos. Go back home. If you have another video editor, please use that. Or you can also download this KD and Live at home. I think, I suspect what's happening is, you know, the Windows player and all that, it needs to be able to understand MP4, MOV and all that. All these codecs are not installed in this machines. So it doesn't know how to write out.
Just the suspense, dia sebab untuk yang daripada jatuh Fox punya shot sampai apa Just record all this and the window shut down with music. Oh, yeah. Download from YouTube. You know that all those tapi dia pandai je. Nak electro pop. Tak nampak. Oh, kalau saya electro pop. Tak boleh masuk sini Is it because it's oh, it's a V one electro pop. Untuk the starting. Jadi see what it sounds like. Barcelona nights nak tak? Oh, okay. Okay lah, actually. Unless this thing start dekat yeah, this one start. Boleh. Apa pun boleh. Yeah. Maybe like the some fun music. Yeah, must be some fun music. So this is the electro pop moment. Summer vibes. Summer upbeat. Pop song. Dia build up was there tapi lepas tu macam the build up kita stop kat sampai build up dia terus masuk yang terus dia frog lah.
This one,
Oh, frog juga. Actually, the bunny-nya. Okay. Okay. Dia nak kena flash.
just a few seconds, millisecond.
Easy to use.
Okay, nice.
Try project.
So it's like you come and about it's not Oh, that is just a stretch. Oh, the feet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it should just overlap it up, overlap a bit.
Use the same prompt. It's not different.
Not bad. Yeah. I get you. Yes. You type that.
Okay.
Like oh yeah, explosion. But it's a robot. Maybe a robot macam like digital. Oh, robot. Okay. Digital explosion. Sebab dia mati segitu je. Metal. Not bad. Not bad. Maybe we can consider. Oh, there's some alien underwater thing. Okay, maybe we can just go into digital. Yeah, I think
Because the shield stuff
yeah.
also.
You like it? So bad I'm contributing.
Thanks, Farah.
It is you today. Tak boleh add ni. Yeah, and then just use the same layer lah. Okay.
It's already right. This one.
Nanti video kita panjang. I just got the pack dulu. And then you just
That's just a bit fun. Fun of all doing for me.
Maybe down sini. You can go from here. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah! Amazing. Perfect.
Okay, are you ready?
Spielberg Great. Yeah, like 15 seconds.
You want something more customizing or something more
Amazing. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay, we seem to have problem rendering. Do your timeline, save this editor as KDN Live project. Throw it onto our cloud drive. You go home, grab everything. Then you should be, and you install your own KDN Live, you should be able to open your project and your timeline should come back. Keep them in the same folder so that the project can find it. For now, if you can play through, use your handphone and record whatever's there, and at least you can see your edits first.
So it's just save as KDN Live.
KDN Live, yes.
So if you want to upload all of this to as a MP4.
You uploaded all this into the Google Drive, right?
Yes.
Then you can you save it as KDN Live to the KDN Live file.
On the
On your desktop also. So you upload the working file. Yeah. Yours is good for you? Yeah. Then just upload it.
Oh, so you just upload the file that on the paper.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like the render will fail. So right now we are working on Untitled. Make sure that you save your project so all your decisions and all your positions and your clips are saved. So save as.
So we will render it.
So the project is not KDN Live. Okay. So save as.
Yeah, you can use your phone memory capture.
Save as.
Yeah.
She's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm saving my edit timeline. So then we go to
Screen recording.
okay, so what we want to do is have the KDN timeline, right, which is this project, saved together with where all your videos are. So if you go home and you have all these videos together in the same drive, you install KDN and you open this file, your videos will all come back. Or else, if the video is somewhere else, it will be empty, you cannot link it. Okay. Right now, my suggestion is play through, use your handphone and record the screen. Then, there's one thing that you can play with full screen, I think. Hold on.
Doesn't include video. Damn. Redo.
Oh yeah, it's the top. So put it to full screen and play it, and then record it. I shall stop talking now so that I don't get. Yeah, please record. I think they can. I also recommend throwing all your videos and your KDN Live project into our cloud drive in your project. Tonight you go home, you can follow just now the tiny URL link, go in and download. How do they share their video, edited video with us? We should upload. Don't render already. We've got nothing to show for it. So we will see the clip generated, but it's not edited. please remember to upload your clips onto our chat drive so that you can get it yourself and we have a copy of it. So right, we have no more time left. I am going to finish. I'm going to finish my last thing about ethics and safety. Okay, so okay, ethics, privacy, right? Don't go to ChatGPT, give your PIN number and all that. Okay, don't upload your child's photo, right? Because it makes a mark on the server. Vulnerable and immature children, sometimes, and fake content. Sometimes you generate maliciously, so please, kids don't know, right? So you must guide them. Intellectual property, we don't know where it's generated from, like Superman, right? It infringes somebody. Bias, we know. Then, did you know that now your search bar, you can search for the thing, or you can ask the AI to assist you. Every time you click the AI assistant, it uses like 10 times to 100 more times power because they compute, they synthesize new things they're not looking up. So don't ask rubbish questions, or don't everyday click. You are doing your environment a favor by doing the traditional search if you can help it. Okay. And some people born with AI, children think that they're a friend and all that, so it's an emotional crutch. So be careful of that. Also, I have to say that. Okay, so what's bad about this is one person from everything. Film used to be like actors bring their life experience, director and camera and all that. It was collaborative. Now it's just one person, so we lose a lot of depth. So yeah, so plus and pros and cons. Okay, so then summary. This is the same. Just now old man, now become a young man. Now you have gained the ability to learn new tools, right, and formulate new plans and generate and monitor and creatively use different, okay, very good. Now next, okay, it synthesizes, again, is to reinforce. Then now you have finished the arrays, very good. So we learn this. Okay, most important achievement, we produce our very own video. Some of you playing right now, but cannot render. I'm sorry about that. And then please now go to this QR. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Okay. So I guess for now, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for the 2-day workshop.
Thank you.
Really excited, especially when Patrick sharing with us his personal tips and tricks on how to use AI, leverages of AI, and how to use different softwares. I know there's quite a number of softwares to use, but this is like this tried and tested, proven method to make sure that you have the final animation piece. Yeah, and I can see within like half an hour even. I thought you need 1 or 2 hours, but half an hour you produce something which is quite amazing. So applause for yourself and also to Patrick. Thank you very much. Anything, feel free to contact us or upload your stuff on YouTube, on Google Drive. We will help you to render from Tandem Live if you need to. Yeah.
Do you think I can take a selfie with you?
Sure.
Yeah. Not many people,
maybe
but,
we should.
I mean, it's okay.
We should post and pose. Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
thank you.
Or do you want to take?
Storyboard.
I'll share it on the Google Drive. So we all ready? 1, 2, one more.